Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Matthew back with another episode of Watty's channel. So, going through the LJNs and the Hasbros, as you guys know, that was definitely a whole lot of fun for me. So, I've been trying to look for ideas, trying to come up with some new videos, competitions, tournaments, really anything. Just, even just to come on here and just start yammering about some random junk. So, I was on the phone the other day and I was talking to one of my Army friends, and he watched my most favorite, least favorite Hasbro figure videos, of course, and a few others, and he made some recommendations. He, like I, we both grew up with Hasbros as our primary collection. So, and when it comes to Hasbro wrestlers, he thought maybe after going through my favorite, least favorite, maybe breaking it down by like body type, for example. So, for example, I selected, I think Jake Roberts was like my 10th least favorite figure, and he's got that little arm punching motion. Not a terrible pose, I don't hate the figure. Is it my favorite? Of course not, but I mean, there's really nothing wrong with it per se. Some of the things was mentioned, that he'd like to see is kind of break it down by least a favorite, or least favorite to most favorite based on body type. And I even though I claim to have the complete Hasbro collection, and I do with asterisk, of course, I think one of the Gunns, I'm not sure which one, has an arm punching motion as well. So I did purchase that one, but again, as I mentioned in previous videos, those are coming over from the UK. I'm not spending $500 for a single, Series 11 or any series for that matter, carded figure or non-carded, and so I did go the custom route on a few Series 11 figures, and I think one of the Gunns does have that pose. So I don't have that figure on me as of yet. So I am going to do the video, per the request for the arm punching motion. Least favorite to most favorite. That's going to be obsolete from this video. And some of the other, recommendations, like, maybe breaking it down by the different tag teams, for example, which, again, I love that idea, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do something like that probably in the very near future. It won't be something, weeks or months down the road or anything. It'll probably be, tomorrow, could be a few days from now, but I'll definitely get on that one. The only thing I kind of thought about is I didn't want to be, I guess, stereotype per se. Like, I didn't want to be known as, the wrestling guy or a wrestling guy, because there are just so many channels, a trillion times better than my own, that are on YouTube, and they just do amazing work. And I just love watching their content. And, I guess we all have, a niche market that we're trying to, kind of relate to as far as, what the interest level is for a lot of topics out there. There's like a gazillion, different, content makers who make like Karen videos. And I don't have, I'm not very tech savvy to the point where I can go out and do stuff like that. So I just want to keep it simple, where I could probably, sit from the computer, talk about some things, rant about random things, or, do competitions. I mean, like I said, this stuff was a lot of fun for me. And of course, like right now, I'm just taking a break from working on, I'm trying to work on my doctorate degree right now. And to be honest, I'm stuck. I've been going to college for so many years consecutively, and my brain is mush. And just to kind of like take a break from doing schoolwork for a while, and just kind of do something for, something for enjoyment. I mean, this is huge for me, guys. Just to take 10-15 minutes out. So I'm gonna do the arm punching motion today. I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna break it down by all the different poses, but this is again. Rob, if you're watching this, buddy, this is for you, man. So, I mentioned that Jake Roberts, of course, was my 10th least favorite figure, and so, of course, among the arm punching motion figures, it is Jake Roberts coming in. Well, I got 6 of them here, and I think one of the Gunns would have been 7. So, again, Jake Roberts himself. This is not a bad figure. This is a pretty awesome figure. I mean, I love all of the Hasbros, but I mean, even the horrendous ones, the Rick Rudes, or the Ric Flairs of the Hasbro line. I mean, even they're great, and they're terrible poses, but I still like them. So again, Jake the Snake. When I talked about before, I really love the fact that he's got these really amazing snake skin boots. Which actually boot wise, it might actually be one of my favorites among the Hasbro line. Again, he made my list only because I'm not a ginormous fan of this arm punch motion, but because they all have that same pose, he does come down to number 6 on this list. And this one, I believe, was a series. So Jake the Snake should have been, I believe, series 1. I might have the series wrong. I don't know if that's necessarily a necessity in this video, but I'm going to try and give it to the best of my recollection here. So Jake the Snake should have been series 1, and I believe Hogan, this was series 5. Again, not a bad figure at all, and all of my Hogans are going to have custom belts on them. I mean, this is just, it's Hogan. How do you not put a championship belt on him? So, among all the Hogans, this is probably my least favorite. Not necessarily because of the pose, but I don't know. Maybe I just got accustomed to having him clothed, the little Hulkamania shirt with the little rip, with the little tear, in the back and whatnot. And it's kind of like the same thing with the LJNs, with the Series 5 white and red shirt Hogan, where he's got the little ripped in the back, which is, it's that right there. It's not really a play toy. To me, that was always just, that little promotional piece was always for display purposes. So Hulk Hogan does come in at number 5 out of 6 among these fighting poses. And like I said, guys, this ain't going to be a long video by any stretch of the imagination. It's just going to be something I'm going to try and get done pretty quickly. Just give my point of view and whatnot. So this one, I believe, was a Series 8 $1 Million Man. And, this actually might be one of the better Ted DiBiase's. Me personally, I still gravitate towards the green suit DiBiase as my favorite. And even the black suit is starting to come around. So even though I'm pretty sure 99% of the population probably feels like this is the best Ted DiBiase, I just like the suited figures. I just think they look great. And, as awesome as this figure is, I don't want to say it could be better. I mean, maybe this arm punch right here actually works on this one a little bit better, oddly enough. But again, that is an absolutely phenomenal looking figure. And like I said, I think Series 8 produced some of the best figures of the entire series. And I'm trying to think. This may not be Series 8. This might actually be Series 10. I don't know. I didn't write the list down. I probably should have done that before. So I could be wrong. I've been calling it Series 8, but I think this is 10. And that's an easy, look up, not a big deal. Again, the series breakdown. If I did a video where I'm breaking it down by all of Series 1, all of Series 2, yes, I'll do my research to make sure I have all the figures in the correct line. But I mean, this is just breakdown by preference, personal preference, not necessarily by series and whatnot. So Toto Santana does come in at number 4. Oh, what is it? 6, 5, 4. I take it back. Number 3. I missed a piece. So number 3 out of 6 figures, and again, this one, as I mentioned in my last video pertaining to the my least favorite figures, this had a chance to be number 10 in place of Jake the Snake. The fact that Jake Roberts had a snake accessory made him a whole lot more desirable in my eyes. But I don't know. I guess even though it shouldn't play a role, for whatever reason, the cost of the product seems to always get in my mind. And I know that, a Toto Santana figure goes for $20, $30 easy. And, Jake Roberts without the snake, he's like a $5 figure. Of course, Jake the Snake, $5 figure, you throw the snake on his head and suddenly he's a $35 to $40 figure. And it really is that snake that much more valuable. But I think in the end, that's what kind of got me. I do love the green pants a little bit, and I think I called it orange. Uh, I don't know what you call those. They're not necessarily socks. I think that's just part of his boots. Yeah, those are just pink boots. I think I called it orange for whatever reason. And I was watching, I was rewatching the video. I'm like, oh my god, you're an idiot, because I knew they were pink, and I guess I just got tongue tied or something to refer to them as orange. But so I just like the color of this figure a little bit better. Toto Santana, number 3 out of the 6 figures. So number 2, I actually think is actually a really great figure, is Virgil. And Virgil actually is one of my more favorite figures. And again, I think this fighting pose might actually work for this figure a little bit better, like Ted DiBiase. So, get rid of this little custom belt here. So, I'm hearing that some guys say that they don't like Virgil being part of the line. Like, I don't know. I like Virgil as a wrestler when I was young. And again, he was the bodyguard of Million Dollar Man. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he had a feud with Ted DiBiase as well, and actually won the $1 million belt from him. You know, it's a good figure. I like the likeness and everything, and I used to when I first started getting back into collecting the Hasbro collectibles. I bid on this guy like crazy all the time, and I could never win. And I always felt like I was putting in like a huge, bid for him. And for me, I don't, say okay, I want to pay $40 and that's it. So if I see it selling for 99 cents, put in a bid for $40 and call it a day. If I win, I win. If I don't, so be it. If that happens, I might put in a bid for like $5 or something, and I'll periodically throughout the week I'll check in on it. At the bid, if I'm outbid, maybe I'll bid again, or I'll wait towards the end before I bid again. So, but yeah, someone's always seemed to outbid me on this, and I think at the time I was paying for this, I was getting in for like around $30, $35, $40. But I think most of the time nowadays, you probably get this for about $20, and maybe you can luck out about 15. But it all depends on really how noticeable or how much of certain sellers deal in Hasbro's. I mentioned one of my favorite sellers, Andrew Todd Martin, on eBay. He's like, again, one of the best dealers in the business, if not the best. And as someone who deals specifically in these figures for the most part, he's starting to get in like LJN figures, and I think he got some. I don't know, did he get Bendy's in? Maybe some thumb wrestlers, but so a site like his, I mean, he could probably get $50 for this guy, only because everyone always visits his site and they bid like crazy for spend ridiculous money on Hasbro figures. But again, nowadays Virgil, about a $20 figure, not too expensive. Now, one of my favorite figures, and oddly enough didn't crack my top 10, is Papa Shango. And again, this might be another figure where this body type actually works pretty well. I mean, like I said, I don't hate this pose. It's not my favorite, as with the little arm punching move, but it's definitely not the worst. And for certain wrestlers, it looks pretty good on them. And of course, Papa Shango is, just an awesome wrestler. I absolutely love watching this guy back in the day. I think he had a feud once with Kamala. For whatever reason, every time I see this figure, I think of Kamala and a little match that they had. Maybe it was like Monday Night Raw or something. I don't know. But this right here is a fantastic figure. And this one actually looks like it's in mint condition. Mint condition, meaning I probably paid about $50 for him. I don't know. They have Papa Shango, regardless of whether it's mint or not. Even sometimes you'll see little paint loss back here. This is about a $35 figure sometimes. If you're lucky enough to get it for less than $30, perfect. But for those Hasbro's collectors, or if you're interested in getting into collecting Hasbro's, this right here might be one of the first figures you might want to try buy. And the reason I say that is you may not want to try and go too high, meaning you may not want to shell out $200 for a Yokozuna or $300 for a Series 11 Yokozuna, but you start somewhere in the middle with like the medium price figures, the figures that sell between $30 and $60. At least you'll knock out some of the more expensive figures, and you're not paying an absolute fortune for them. But with this arm punching motion, my favorite Hasbro figure, Papa Shango. And again, that was only 6 figures. Shango at number 1, Virgil at number 2, Toto Santana, El Matador number 3, Million Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase at number 4, Hulk Hogan Series 5 at number 5, and number 6, Jake the Snake Roberts. And again, I think one of the Gunns, I'm not sure if it's Billy or Bart, has one as well. At some point, when I do get that figure in, I don't know if I'll do another video like this. I mean, I think one is good, but I mean, if it goes over pretty well with the fans, with the viewers, maybe I'll try it again. So depending on if anyone likes this type of video, something quick, and you want to see other body types and kind of break it down tournament wise or preference wise, I could definitely do that. Just like Rob said, he wanted to see the different tag teams and kind of get my ideas about my favorite tag teams, and that's fair. I like doing the tag teams. I think they're all pretty awesome. And again, it's gonna be a quick video like this, maybe 15 minutes. I don't see me going to 20 minutes for these type of videos, but again, I don't want to take too much of your time, guys. Thank you for watching, and again, please, if you want, leave a comment, tell me what you're interested in, and I will try to make a video of it. Until next time, guys, have a good night now.